Well, good afternoon, everybody. Here we are, week 9 on May 14th. Can't believe it. First, I want to start off by thanking you for what a great job you've done in this difficult time. As you know, the province has started to reopen some of their facilities with a reopening plan, and we are following suit as well for the district. I've got some good news for you today. But let's not get too comfortable. Let's continue to stay safe. It's your responsibility to look after your kids and your families and your seniors. And we need you to keep doing your part. So with that, I'll give you some of the process that happened. Monday night we had a council meeting via Zoom again, and we had a couple of guests online, which was kind of fun. So the District of Elkford's reopening development plan is in 4 phases. And we're already in phase 1 now, which was all the closures, which we're going to try and open now. So we're going to follow the province and the regional guidelines from Dr. Bonnie Henry. And we take this very seriously to protect our staff and our citizens. So as we open these facilities, you will be responsible for your families to use these facilities as you see fit. So starting tomorrow, Friday, the playgrounds will be open and the equipment will be open to use, but the district will not be sanitizing the equipment. It's just too great a challenge for us to do that. So I'm suggesting to you, if you let your children play in the equipment, that you make sure you sanitize your hands and whatever you think you need to before you go home. I know that's a pain in the butt, but for us to continue to have somebody over there, we just couldn't do that, and we couldn't open the facilities. So enjoy the playgrounds. They are going to be open tomorrow. The tapes will all be coming down. There'll be signs there to tell you what to do and how to do it. There will not be any washroom facilities. They will be closed, as it is a challenge for us to maintain those as well on a minute-to-minute, hour-to-hour, day-to-day basis. So the washroom facilities will be closed. The disc golf will be open. Kevin, your disc golf will be open now. You can go for it. The soccer fields, which was never actually closed, and the ball fields were never actually closed. And they tell me the tennis courts weren't closed, but I thought they were, so that was my mistake, and I apologize. So those facilities will be open. No team sports are permitted. So if you want to go down with half a dozen of your ball team and go and throw the ball around or have batting practice or whatever, that's fine. But no team sports as such, so no ball games, no tournaments. The soccer field is the same. If you want to go down and kick the ball around with a few of your friends, you know the distance you have to be apart, 6 feet. You can use this safely. So by all means, enjoy it. Respect each other's space. The outdoor washrooms, as I said, will remain closed until further notice. And then we get into June 1st. It's the next phase for us. So remember, the ballparks, the soccer fields, the disc golf, the tennis courts are all open. So go for it. Have fun. Enjoy. Enjoy your weekend. The provincial government is opening all of their provincial parks to day use only for this weekend. I believe they will review when this weekend is over and see what the usage was and how it went, and possibly looking down the road in June sometime maybe to open their government campgrounds. I'm not sure. I know that the Kukanoosa area will be open on the 19th for camping use again in the private campgrounds. So the district office, community conference center, and the visitor center will be opening on June 1st. We will be restricting the number of people in the buildings and the meeting spaces. We will be following strict distancing and sanitizing protocols because there are facilities that we can sanitize. We have staff in them. The meeting space, if you need a meeting space, your numbers will be limited, but you can use the meeting spaces. You just have to phone over to 4010 and book them. The conference center will be open as well if you have something you wanted to do. I hear that they're looking for space for the mum and me, which is the babies and the mums. I would suggest that facility would be open for that use. And the district office, we're proposing to do a one-way funnel through. So you come in the front door, and we hope that we will have somebody at the door to monitor how many people come in. Although we probably won't have a lot, but when the tax season comes along and you want to pay your taxes, I'm sure you'll be wanting to come down to do that. So we'll have somebody at the front door to monitor, to let you in, and you'll be serviced by the service counter, and then you'll have to go out another exit, and there'll be signs to show you where to go. So we've always been in business, the District of Elkford, the office and our facilities, but just closed to the public on certain occasions. So, well, of course, the office full time. So council is planning to resume council meetings in the council chambers with restricted access and strict protocols for public. So if you have a public presentation that you wanted to do, we're going to limit only one person for the presentation. And when the presentation is over and the question and answer period is over, we would ask that you leave the facility. So trying to keep everybody safe. Council will be at a 6-foot distance apart from each other. We'll only have a couple of senior managers in the council chambers at one time. And if there's a presentation of one of our senior managers, they will come do their presentation, same as the public would, and then when the discussion is over, they'll leave. So we're trying to get the things open. We're trying to follow government protocol as much as we can, but we also think it's time, as the government says, I think it's time to open up. And you've been great at doing what you've been doing and enjoying yourself, and so it's time that we have our facilities that you can use again. Remember, if you play at the playground, clean your hands, your children's hands, before you go home. We haven't got a plan set out to sanitize those facilities. We'll look at our staffing, and we'll look at the supplies that we have, and see maybe down the road we'll have to maybe clean them, but for now we are not planning on doing that. So it's yours to use at your discretion, and you look after yourself. So the campground, the Arts Council, and the library have all asked if they could open. So it was council's discussion Monday night with this whole opening plan. Thanks to our senior management team that put the package together for us for discussion. It was a lengthy discussion, and so we've decided to open the fields, etc. The campground is a bit different. And for now, the campground washroom, shower facility, and the outhouses will not be open to the campground should they decide to open. So if they have campers that come in, they'll have to be able to use their own facilities for now, until the government relaxes a bit more on the regulations province-wide. We've asked the library, the Arts Council, and the campground operators to present senior management team with the operations proposal, so how they're going to keep the facility safe for their people who will be there. I suggested that the Arts Council can go in the side door as they always have. There will be the handicap washroom in the main lobby upstairs that they could probably use. The rest will all be locked off. So they would have to maintain that facility themselves, but they'll understand that. And the library, again, is another facility that the doors can all be wide open. You don't have to touch any doors to get in there. It'll just be what you touch while you're in there. So it'll be up to them to try and sanitize those as well. So good luck with those plans, the people who are involved in those. We look forward to your presentations to our senior management team, and hopefully you can be open sooner than later. I know that the Arts Council really want to get in there and get to work, so it'll be up to you to make sure you're spaced safely. Third phase will take place between June and September. This is a touchy one, and we're waiting for federal and provincial regulations on the swimming pool and how we deal with that. A difficult operation because it's such a close area, and how do you keep people apart? So we will be reviewing anything that the government sends us on the operations of the pool, and when we feel that the regulations fit what we need for our community, then we will talk to our staff, and if they feel comfortable in working, we will open the pool. The indoor leisure services programming and outdoor leisure services program hopefully will start in June or the middle of June. that'll be up to the user groups to contact our staff at the community center and try to start programming. And I hope everybody's willing to go forward and help us a little bit with all this, because it's a huge load on our shoulders, and we feel responsible. I guess I could be like Donald Trump. I guess I could say, you know what, I'm not responsible. The doors are open, go for it. But I'm not like that. I feel responsible. Phase 4, which is full unrestricted operations, will be dependent on the government provincial orders and guidelines. So we will continue to monitor the COVID situation and the plan accordingly. Dr. Bonnie Henry, is very wise and has wise staff, obviously, and she's done a great job for us. And I think by listening to her, BC is one of the better provinces right now, and so let's try and maintain that. She advises that we camp or travel within BC. I think that's great. Let's see our own province. Let's pay attention to our own province and spend our own money in our own province, and keep our COVID where it needs to be in our own province, which is very little. Be kind, that's another one. Make sure you're kind to each other. The grocery store has done a great job as well. Thank you, Mark, and your staff for what you've done. It must have been a difficult problem, but he's got things marked off, and Super Sundays for seniors is great. It's awesome to be able to go down there on Sunday and only have 5 or 6 or 7 people in there at one time. That's great. And it's nice shopping, and we can all keep our distance. So there'll be a public notice being put out after this is posted today, explaining all the details in print, and so you don't have to remember what I've said. And it'll be on Facebook, and it'll be on our website as well. And I wish everybody a great weekend, and have fun, stay safe. Myself, my family has started to socialize with our own family now, which was not for a long time. And Dr. Bonnie Henry said it was fine to socialize with certain groups as long as you stayed within those groups. And so we're doing that, and it's nice to be able to be there. So I really don't have a tip of the day, or tip of the week, this week. My granddaughter, as you see, I got a haircut. Kenzie was calling me Danny DeVito because of my hairdo and the glasses I wore in the last video. And so I guess Danny DeVito's pretty good. I wish I had his money. So she came down today and trimmed my hair a little bit. So it makes it a little bit better, not so fuzzy. But she did tell me one thing, that the little one had some stuff on the top of her head, and the baby. And so she said she's starting to use coconut oil on there just to rub it on to get the skin a little nicer and smoother. And she said, by gosh, she said, Pops, I think she's starting to grow hair. So if you see me next time and I've got, my head's a little shiny, you'll know that I'm trying the coconut oil, because I could use some hair up there. So I don't know if that's a tip for the week or not, but I might try it. Anyway, have fun. Have a great weekend. Talk to you next week. Thanks. Be safe.